Greetings everyone. So a little bit more transgender propaganda for children to show you. I mean, this kind of stuff is being churned out fairly regularly, sadly. But every now and then I just feel like showing you something so that you can see the kind of content that children might be watching at their schools, the kind of stuff they might be getting shown. So in this case I have a couple of clips to show you. Now both videos involve puppets. The first video shows a dog who believes he's a cat and acts like a cat.
Hi, I'm Gulliver, and this is Emmett.
Hey!
Oh, hi. I'm Barry.
Oh, hey!
We are so excited you're here. We could use another dog.
Oh.
Oh, nice collar!
Oh, thank you. I like it.
So, what do you want to do first? Find a chew toy? Oh, chase our tail? Oh, I know. Let's sniff.
No, actually, I like to play with yarn. Yeah. It's
What?
fun. Yeah. Or I like to clean my paws like this. And you clean your face too.
okay,
Yeah. Or we could practice purring like this.
Ring?
Yeah. And we could try to meow.
What?
Meow. Meow. Like that. It's great fun. You should try it.
Why not?
Yeah, let's go.
Excuse me, would you? I have to go for a second. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Miss Madison? Miss Madison?
Oh, hey Gulliver, you're back. Did you find Barry?
Yeah. We've got to talk.
He seems like a nice guy.
Oh, great guy. He thinks he's a cat.
He thinks he's a cat.
Yeah, he's over there talking about yarn, and purring, woof, and licking.
Well, that's okay, isn't it?
What? I think you should talk to him.
About what?
Well, about being more like a dog.
Gulliver, you're really struggling with this.
It's weird.
It's not weird, just different. I couldn't ask Barry to change who he is. That would make him really sad.
Yeah, but
Gulliver, accepting people for who they are is a very important skill. We accept you for who you are.
that's different. I'm a dog who acts like a dog. That's normal.
Not normal, just more common.
I don't understand.
It's okay to have questions. Questions are good if they help you accept someone for who they are.
So there you go, it's fairly self-explanatory there, but the dog, who of course was wearing a rainbow collar, believed that he was a cat and liked to do cat things. And the other dog, who was a little bit concerned by this, rightfully so, then went to the adult, who I assume was the teacher or something, and explained what was going on, basically looking for some kind of help. And the adult, rather than being a responsible adult and seeing how we could help this other dog who believes he's a cat, said, no, it's completely normal. What are you talking about? And of course we know what this is alluding to. It's transgenderism. It's teaching children from an early age that even if someone looks a certain way, like they look like a boy, they can be a girl. And it might not be so common, but it's completely fine and you shouldn't be scared of that. Here's another video, similar theme. More transgender propaganda for children, possibly coming to a school near you. At least if you're in the USA or in Canada. And it's another puppet, this time a rabbit, explaining how his dad is still his dad, but now looks like a mum.
Hey, who's that?
Well, that's me.
Yeah.
And my mom. And my brother. And my Mama Elliot.
When'd you get a second mom?
Well, Mama Elliot is actually my dad, but she's now Elliot with a she. Mama Elliot is transgender.
What does transgender mean?
Well, transgender means that your brain does not match how you look on the outside.
What does that mean?
Gulliver, don't ask questions.
But
It's okay to ask questions. Questions are good. As long as they're not questions about your private parts. That isn't anybody's business. Some people think there's only one way to be born. You can be a boy or you can be a girl. But There's lots of different ways you can be a boy or girl.
Like boys who want to play with dolls, or girls who want to be superheroes.
Sort of. It's not just our bodies that make us boys and girls. It's also what we feel in our hearts, or what we think in our minds. Just because you look like a boy doesn't mean that you feel like a boy.
So, your dad didn't feel like a boy?
His brain and his heart didn't match how his outside looked. So, he changed his outside.
Oh, so your dad became your mom? That must have been hard.
Not really. They are still my dad. They've always been the same person. We still do all the same things we did before. They are exactly like everyone else, except for this one part.
So once again, fairly self-explanatory. I thought it was quite interesting that they were essentially lying and suggesting that if something like this was to happen, and sadly has probably happened in some families, that the children are completely unaffected. Because they ask the rabbit how, I don't even know if it's a he or a she at this point, but how they felt about this, and they said they were fine. It was completely normal. You know, it's still his dad or her dad, but just looks different now. If this kind of thing happened in a family, the children would be traumatized if their dad suddenly physically turned themselves into a woman. I mean, I've heard some commentators call it child abuse if you do that kind of thing. If you have a family and you have children and you suddenly decide to physically transition into the opposite sex, you're abusing your children. The reason we talk about this a lot, and when I say we, I'm referring to Catholics in this particular instance, is because it's so in your face. Look, if an adult decides that they want to transition physically into the opposite sex, I'm not going to condone that. I don't think it's the right thing to do. But the adult can do it, I suppose, if it's what they want to do. You know, they're an adult. They've made that decision. Okay. But it's because they try to educate children into believing that this is completely normal. That's why we feel the need, we have to say something. You know, if somebody takes up smoking as an adult, I don't think that's a good idea. It's unhealthy for you. It can damage your body. The body is a gift given to us by God. But you're an adult. If that's what you want to do, it's up to you. But if you start trying to teach children that smoking's totally okay, and essentially encouraging them almost to do it when they're older, that's not okay. Because now you're essentially brainwashing other people's children. So let me read a little bit from an article about this. So according to this article, this was already shown to a class at school. It says a 4th grade class at a Georgia elementary school was reportedly shown an episode of a children's show in which a dog believed himself to be a cat, and the other playground animals were encouraged to go along with the creature's delusion. The group that made the video encourages LGBTQ activism for students, promotes pride parades and festivals for kids, and has brought their programming to libraries to do live shows for children. The shows were created in 2017 and are apparently still in circulation in schools. That was part of the plan. When they were made, an organizer of the project said that the local Thames Valley District School Board would make use of them. Teachers can use them to support the start of a conversation in their classroom, and they're a free resource for families, said organizer Paula Jesty. Now, the video is paid for by Canada's Trudeau government to help teachers indoctrinate students into gender ideology and adult sexual lifestyles have made their way down to Georgia. The creator of the show, puppeteer Frank Mesculate, I don't know how to pronounce his name, said that somehow puppets are able to gently pry open the door and allow communication to begin. Our hope is that enough kids and their families see this so that there can be dialogue, and that's the beginning of all good change. In the episode of Pride Understanding, reportedly given to the Georgia students, a Canadian puppet-based children's program intended to create communication tools to increase gender diversity literacy. A dog called Gulliver is confused when a dog named Barry arrives at school and behaves like a cat. The episode is part of Pride Understanding's catalogue on acceptance and understanding. And then, of course, we have the other episode as well that you saw where a bunny reveals that her dad, so it's a she, her dad is now her mum, and explaining that babies can be born in the wrong body. The bunny says that trans is a condition where a person's brain and body don't match. Okay, so those are the videos. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section. Subscribe if you haven't already, and do come back for more videos on Catholic Talk. Thank you very much for watching. Have a blessed day.